Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hopefully you will be fine. Today I will teach you Wedel's rule. This lecture has two parts. In first part we will learn the derivation of the Wedel's rule. Then we will apply Wedel's rule to solve some problems. In second part of the lecture, I will show you how you can execute a MATLAB code for the Wedel's rule, and then I will compare Wedel's rule's result with the other numerical integration scheme. Wedel's rule. Wedel's rule is a technique for numerical integration. This technique was introduced by Thomas Wedel. In this technique, we interpolate the curve using 7 points. Means we will interpolate our curve by 6-degree polynomial. In this technique, we divide the interval AB into a multiple of 6 subintervals. Like previous numerical integration schemes, in trapezoidal rule we used linear polynomial. In Simpson's 1/3 rule we used to interpolate the function by 2nd degree polynomial. Like in Simpson 3/8 we use 3rd degree polynomial to interpolate the function, and in Boole's rule we use 4th degree polynomial to interpolate the function. Whereas in Wedel's rule, we use the 6th degree polynomial to interpolate the function. So that's why the Wedel's rule, as compared to the other numerical integration scheme, is more accurate. Let us consider a function f of x, which we want to integrate over the domain AB. So first of all, we will divide our interval AB into a subintervals, and these subintervals must be the multiple of 6. Each subinterval's width is h is equal to minus b over n, where b is the final point and a is the initial point. So the subintervals are, here is the first group of 6 subintervals, here the second group of 6 subintervals, and here up to so on, this is the last group of 6 subintervals. So first of all, we will derive a formula for the first group of 6 subintervals, and then we will drive a formula for the second group of 6 subintervals, and at the end we will derive a formula for the last group of subintervals. To find the composite Wedel's formula, we will add up all these integrals over the intervals x0 to x6, x6 to x12, x12 to x18, and up to so on, xn minus 6 to xn. So first of all, we consider the first 6 subintervals. First, we will derive a Wedel's formula for the first group of 6 subintervals, and then similarly we will go for the next group of subintervals, and then at the end we will add up these to get the generalized Wedel's formula, or you can say the composite form of the Wedel's formula. So first of all, we will interpolate our function f of x over the 6 subintervals passing through the points x0 f of x0, x1 f of x1, and up to so on x6 f of x6. Using Newton's forward interpolation formula and integrating over the domain x0 to x6 or put n is equal to 6 in the Newton's Scott formula, we get the following form given in equation 1. Here h is the width of the subintervals, f of x0 is the value of the function at x0, 3 delta f of x0, it is the first order derivative, plus 9 by 2 delta square f of x0, it is the second order Newton's difference operator, and so on. Delta power 6 f of x0, it is the sixth order Newton's difference formula. After replacing these Newton's forward difference formulas, f of delta of f of x0, delta square f of x0, similarly the third order difference formula, we will get the form 6 f of x dx is equal to 3h divided by 10 f of x0 plus 5 f of x1 plus f of x2 plus 6 f of x3 plus f of x4 plus 5 f of x5 plus f of x6. So in short form you can write it as 3h over 10 y0 plus 5y1 plus y2 plus 6 by 3 plus y4 plus y5 5 by 5 plus 5 6, where to get this symmetric form of the Wedel's formula we replace the expression 41 divided by 140 delta raised to power 6 f of x0 by an expression 3 over 10 delta raised to power 6 f of x0. Similarly, for the next group of subintervals x6 to x12, we get the following form given in equation 3. And so on. For the last group of 6 subintervals, we get 3h over 10 yn minus 6 plus 5yn minus 2 plus yn minus 4 plus 6yn minus 3 plus yn minus 2 plus 5yn minus 1 plus yn. Now adding the equation 2 to 4, we get a composite formula for the Wedel's rule, that is given in equation 5. So this is the composite form. Use the Wedel's rule to find the numerical integration of the function f of x is equal to 1 plus e raised to power minus x sine 4x over the interval 0 to 1, and then we will compare our results obtained by the Wedel's rule with the trapezoidal rule, Simpson's 1 by 3 rule and Simpson's 3 by 8 rule for n is equal to 6. Here for n is equal to 6, it is not possible to compare our results for the Boole's rule, because for Boole rules you have to divide your interval into a subinterval, and that interval must be the multiple of 4. So here first of all we subdivided our interval 0 to 1 into a subintervals, 6 subintervals, and each subintervals had the width 1 over 6. So these are the subintervals 0 to 1 over 6, 1 to 2 over 6, and up to so on 5 over 6 to 1. So the value of the function at each node point 0, 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 3 by 6, 4 by 6, 5 by 6 and 1 First we will find the value of the function at these node points, and the value of the function are given in the table. So for n is equal to 6, the Wedel's formula is 3h over 10 y0 plus 5y1 plus y2 plus 6y3 plus y4 plus y5 5y5 plus y6. So using the value of y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6, we get the numerical value 1.3082, 4876 and so on. And here is the exact solution, and here you can see the value of exact solution accurate up to the 4 decimal places to the numerical value obtained by the Wedel's rule. So now let's solve another example. Use Wedel's rule to find the numerical integration of the function f of x is equal to 1 over 1 plus x square over the interval 0 to 1 by taking h is equal to 1 by 12, and then compare your results with the trapezoidal rule, Simpson rules and so on. Here we will subdivide our interval 0 to 1 into a 12 subintervals, because here the condition that each subinterval should have the width 1 by 12. So here we can use the Boole's rule as well, because the 12 subintervals are also the multiple of 4. So here for the n is equal to 12, we can use all numerical schemes like trapezoidal rule, Simpson 1 by 3 rule, Simpson 3 by 8 rule, Boole's rule, and we can use the Wedel's rule as well. So here first we will use the Wedel's rule. So for this purpose we subdivide our interval 0 to 1 into a 12 subintervals, and here these are the subintervals 0, 1 by 2, 1 by 0, 1 by 12, 1 by 12 to 2 by 12 and up to so on 11 by 12 to 1. So first of all we will find the values of the function at the node points 0, 1 by 12, 2 by 12, 3 by 12, 4 by 12 and up to so on at 1. And then the Wedel's formula for n is equal to 12 is 0 to 1 f of x dx is equal to 3h over 10 y0 plus 5y1 plus y2 plus up to so on at the end y12. So by using the value of y0, y1, y2 and similarly up to so on y12, we get the following numerical values: 0.7853981693, and here it is the exact solution, and we can see the values are accurate up to the 8 decimal places. So it is more accurate. Now let's make a comparison of the Wedel's rule with other numerical schemes. So here I will show you a comparison on a MATLAB program. And so this is the MATLAB program for the numerical integration, and here at the end you can see this is the formula of trapezoidal rule, this is the formula of Simpson 1 by 3 rule, this is the formula for the Simpson 3 by 8 rule, and similarly for the Boole's and rule, and at the end here is the formula for the Wedel's rule. So here second line I wrote a expression for the error between the exact and the Wedel's rule. This is the error between the exact and the Boole's rule, and similarly I wrote the expression here exact between Simpson 1 by 3 rule and also. and also for the trapezoidal rule. So here I use first I will solve the first example for n is equal to 6. The function is 1 plus e raised to power minus x sine 4x, and its exact solution is this. So for n is equal to 6, it is not possible for the Boole's rule to execute, so we'll commit this and we will execute now the Wedel's rule, and I will show you the errors with the Wedel's rule, with the Simpson's 3/8 rule, with the Simpson's 1/3 rule, and the trapezoidal rule. So let's execute it. So here you can see this is the error of the trapezoidal rule, this is the error of the Simpson's 1/3 rule, this is the error of Simpson 3/8 rule, and this is the error of Wedel's rule. So Wedel's rule as compared to the other numerical scheme is more accurate. So let's we increase the number of subintervals from 6 to 12, and we use also the Boole's rule as well. So now let's execute. So this is error of trapezoidal rule for n is equal to 12, this is the error of Simpson 1/3, this is the error of Simpson 3/8, and this is the error of Boole's rule, and this is the error of Wedel's rule. So again the Wedel's rule as compared to the other schemes is more accurate. So now we will come to the next example. For next example, the domain is 0 to 1, n is equal to 12, the function is 1 over 1 plus x square, and the exact solution is tangent inverse of 1. So now we execute it. Look, this is error with Wedel's rule, this is the error with the Boole's rule, and this is the error with the Simpson's rule. So again here you can see the Wedel's rule as compared to the other numerical schemes like Boole's rule, Simpson's 3/8 rule, Simpson 1/3 rule, trapezoidal rule is more accurate. So these are some problems related to the numerical integration for the practice purpose, and these are the references. Here you can see the books. Thank you very much.